deconcentration, local people empowerment through deconcentration and devolutions. Local people decentralized governance seeks to tap local initiatives and practice by involving grassroots organizations, self-help groups. Both become possible through decentralized governance, representative democracy, and participatory democracy. Another important feature of decentralized governance is interactive policy making that leads to decentralized decision making, policy making, interactive decision making. Interactive policy is a process where government and non-government sectors, such as private sector, government and non-government sectors, influences is one suggest alternatives. Decentralized governance can serve as an alternative strategy, which is people-centered, participatory, and bottom-up development mechanism. Bottom-up alternative strategy of development, people-centered, participatory, bottom-up communities, grassroots organization, pressure groups all participate in decision making so as to influence issue. Influence issues and suggest alternatives. Actually, for government and non-government sectors such as the private sectors, non-government organization, communities, grassroots organization, everybody is participatory, participate in the decision making, decision making, interactive, interactive policy. The overall advantage of democratic decentralization. Further contact between government officials and local population. It can cut red tape in administration. Red tape. It can allow better penetration of national policies to areas remote from national capitals. Better penetration of national policy implementation. It will ensure greater representation of political, religious, and ethnic tribal groups. Tribal groups in development decision making that could lead to greater equity in allocation of resources. Lead to greater equity. It can develop capacity of local institution and their managerial and technical skills. Local institution, the managerial technical skills. Top management would be relieved of routine jobs and devote time to more important jobs. It will institutionalize and participation of the citizen and exchange of information. It will offset the influence of the elite peoples. It will lead to more flexible, innovative, and creative administrations. Increase political stability will be ensured by the increase the participation of the local people in decision making. It will also reduce the cost of planning and increase the number of public goods. Reduce the cost of planning. Citizen and exchange information participants. Upside influence of the elite people, it will lead to more flexible, innovative, creative administration. Decentralized governance is good for the people. It helps people have better understanding of what the government does. Answer based on the right of people to initiative and execute policy. It is more effective way meeting local needs. It also provides a mechanism responsive to variety of circumstances encountered from place to place. Decentralized governance enable poor people to take part in the politics, which is necessary for successful implementations. Living document, Constitution of India, a living document. Indian Constitution. Explain the challenges. Living legacy. The feature of the Indian Constitution considered as a living document as it is dynamic and can be amended over the period of the time according to the needs actually over the period of time according to the needs. The fact that Indian Constitution has been amended over 100 times makes it living document. Constitution has never been a frozen document. It has always had multiple authors. Even at the time it was framed, the text was not closed document. It was a admonition on the values that Indians today were cast in the struggle for independence from colonial rule. It is a living document. It also determines the index. Indian Constitution has accepted the necessity of modifications. In the actual working of the Constitution, there has been enough flexibility for interpretation by the Supreme Court. Interpretation by the Supreme Court. The Indian Constitution reflects the dreams and aspirations of the concerned society. Society populated with a multitudinous interest. Also, basic structure doctrine is interpreted by the judiciary. Has also challenged the living legacy. This is due to a limitation imposed on the legislature. Limitation imposed on the legislature. While interpreting and formulating laws for socio-economic goals, basic structure doctrine is important as it keeps constituent powers of the parliament. Constituent powers of the parliament under limit. In the absence of this power, there are dangers of unchecked flexibility. While amending the constitution, unchecked. Deliberative democracy is the key to sustain living legacy. At the end of the day, there is law and bills key to sustain living legacy. Deliberative democracy. Sue. Bypassing parliamentary apparatus. Debate, discussion, committee, public appraisal, living identity of constitution is threatened. Passage of RTI Amendment Bill and UAP Act was to overcome these challenges. Both political practice and judicial rulings must show maturity and flexibility in implementing the constitution. Both political practice and judicial ruling. These factors make constitution a living document. Both the political practice and judicial rulings and efforts must be taken to bring it in deliberative. All efforts must be taken to bring in deliberative parliamentary democratic setup which should make the law making as well as the implementations arrangements inclusive and sustainable. This initiative also would serve as all efforts must be taken to bring in deliberative parliamentary democratic setup which should make the law making. In democracy, practices and ideas keep evolving over time and society engages in experiments. Constitution which protects democracy and it allows for evolution of new practices becomes not only durable but also the object of respect. Therefore, the Indian Constitution, based on the vision, has remained an object of respect and authority even after half a century. The basic values governing our public imagination factors make Constitution a living document. Must be taken to bring the deliberative parliamentary democracy setup which should make the law making as well as the implementation inclusive and sustainable. This initiative also would serve as better for the good governance. Go getter. These ideas keep evolving over time. Society engages. A constitution which protects democracy. It allows the evolution of new practices becomes not only durable but also